Layout Builder in Drupal 8 and 9 is pretty amazing. But one of the frustrations is how do we get CSS in order to style our sections and our blocks? Welcome to OS Tips from OSTraining, and in this video I'm going to answer the question, how do we get CSS into our Drupal site to style our blocks and sections in Layout Builder? To do this, we're going to use two modules, Layout Builder Styles by Brian Osborne from Princeton University, and Asset Injector, which is a terrific tool that allows you to inject CSS and JavaScript without having to go to your themer. So as I mentioned, I'm using two modules to get this done. Layout Builder Styles, which is at drupal.org/project/layout_builder_styles. It's currently only in beta 2, but I've used this a number of times and it works just fine. The other module I mentioned is Asset Injector. It's a terrific module that allows you to test out any CSS and JavaScript that you need. It's also available for Drupal 8 and Drupal 9. All right, so I'm here on a test site. This is a plain vanilla Drupal site. I've added a media field to the article content type, and I've created a simple layout using two columns where I've placed the image field and the tags field in the left column at 33% wide and the body and the media field in the right column. So what we want to do is we want to add some CSS to the sections and blocks so we can add some padding here and pretty much anything else we want to do. So the first step is to head over to Configuration, Content Authoring, and Layout Builder Styles. If we click on Settings, the only options we have here limit one style per given section or block, or allow multiple styles to be selected on a given section or block. Well, we'll just leave it at 1 and head over to the Styles tab and add our first style. Let's call this Section 1, and the CSS class that we'll add is just Section 1. We're going to keep this really simple. Make it a section type and click Save. And then we'll create one for blocks. Add Layout Builder Style, Block 1, and the type is a block. Now with blocks, you have the ability to restrict any of the blocks that are in Drupal. We're not going to worry about this because, again, we're using Layout Builder, but it is a fantastic help if you're going to use this in other sections on your site. Click Save. All right. The next thing, of course, is to add some CSS for each of these classes. So Configuration, Development, Asset Injector, CSS Injector. Add CSS Injector. So we'll call this Block 1, and the code that we want is the class of Block 1, since that's what we called our class, and we'll just make the background red. It'll be pretty ugly. It's going to demonstrate it quite nicely. All right, click Save, and the code for the section is class Section 1 with a padding of 20 pixels. That ought to make it pretty obvious. Click Save. So the last step then is to apply the Layout Builder styles to our layout. So Structure, Content Types, Article, and Manage Display, Manage Layout. And then on our Configure Section 1, we're going to choose a style of Section 1. You'll notice Block 1 wasn't there because it's for a block. Click Update. And then in the body field, let's go ahead and configure that and add the Block 1 style to it. And that should make the background red. And indeed, even here in the preview, it does. Click Save Layout and go back to our site. And there we are. There's now some padding around Section 1 that you can see, and the background of our block is red. All right, so typically, we would not leave Asset Injector on a production server. You would probably take that CSS, hand it off to your themer, and ask them to integrate it into your custom theme. If you're using a contributed theme, you might want to create a sub-theme and put that CSS in there. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with leaving Asset Injector as well. It just adds a little bit of weight to your Drupal site. Well, thanks for watching. This has been OS Tips from OSTraining. My name's Rod Martin. So much appreciate you joining us today. Hey, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video.